Why, hello there. I just spent the last few hours tracking down what has to be the best hidden secret in Blasphemous 2's Mea Culpa DLC, and it's even got an interesting bit of lore attached to it. You may have seen this room in the Icebound Mausoleum filled with tombstones and stinking of an unsolved mystery. While I was playing around and searching for loose ends, a friend I've been discussing the DLC with tipped me off to this Reddit post from Mobile Reindeer 6619 about this room with a lead on this mystery. They identified that after beating a room of enemies in Santa Vigilia, that a tombstone would have this blue glow above it, giving an item for kneeling in front of it. So I went there and I did just that, and I received the Imperfectus Lacrimatorio, or the incomplete, or maybe more accurately unfilled, Lacrimatory. I then spent the next 2 hours searching around the map, honestly doing a race that only I was aware of against Mobile Reindeer to see if I could figure out this mystery before them. I absolutely scoured the DLC zones, searching for these tombstones, and I found 3 more, 1 more in Santa Vigilia and 2 in the Icebound Mausoleum. Each time I got another Imperfectus Lacrimatorio until the 4th. That time I also received the Plenus Lacrimatorio, meaning the complete or filled Lacrimatory. Going back to the tombstone room in the mausoleum, I found a glowing blue tombstone here and handed over the Plenus Lacrimatorio and received the Beatus Lacrimatorio, meaning Blessed Lacrimatory. This transformed my first bile flask into this slick looking gold flask, and in testing it found that it gives a full heal to both your health and fervor. Neat. So I went back online to see how I fared against Mobile Reindeer, and it looks like we both lost to someone on Steam called Shuzkua. Congratulations to them. While it's a cool mechanical secret, I'm not the secrets hunter. You may have been wondering the whole time what a Lacrimatory is, or maybe you already knew because you watched my video about the Blasphemous 2 DLC achievements, where I correctly guessed that the new Blasphemous 2 achievements put out about a month ago were a little lore, teaser, and placeholders for the real ones. These placeholder achievements describe the 9 disciplines that the character we now know as Asterion went through in forging his fancy blade and getting his holy mission. I'll have to revisit these disciplines in another video, but for this video we're interested in discipline number 3, the Weeping Ceremony. The ceremony says the pupil will kneel next to the inert body, will shed tears that are collected in a lacrimatory, a small bottle that he will carry around his neck, symbol of his eternal mourning and devotion. It describes the process of the pupil Asterion shedding tears for his master that he slayed in the first discipline, who ultimately ends up inside his blade. A lacrimatory was a real-world vessel used in Roman and Greek society to do exactly as Asterion does in this discipline, and also as Penitente is doing here as he kneels beside these tombstones after slaying the enemies in the room. The incomplete, complete, and blessed lacrimatory items have the same description, which is a Latin phrase meaning "let destiny be done even if I perish." In the lore section, there is another Latin phrase that translates to "be patient and tough, someday this pain will be useful to you." While these descriptions could be allusions to how you get the blessed lacrimatory, it's also interesting to ponder if these graves aren't also representative of sites where former masters and pupils of Asterion's Brotherhood carried out the disciplines of their order. The implication in these disciplines is that these are established practices of the Brotherhood, passed on from master to Asterion in a cycle in which the master was once the pupil, and further back in time, spanning generations of masters and pupils. In the context of this mysterious brotherhood, "let destiny be done even if I perish," and "be patient and tough, someday this pain will be useful to you," makes sense as well, considering that the master dies in order to guide the pupil on his holy mission, and the pupil eternally mourns and devotes himself to his master. So there you go, the mystery of the Blessed Lacrimatory. I don't think this detail is a major point for unraveling the lore of Asterion's Brotherhood, but I think it's worth pointing out these connections. The post-credit sequence at the end of the new ending hints that we aren't done with the Master or the Brotherhood yet, and it's neat to consider how these details may tie into this still unraveling story around this order. What do you think of all this? Did you find this particular secret? If you found it, did you also connect the dots between the secret and the 3rd discipline of Asterion's Brotherhood? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you got something out of this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the Lore Hunter for more Blasphemous 2 content. I'm really intrigued by the story in the Mea Culpa DLC and look forward to exploring it more in upcoming videos. As always, thanks for watching.